Welcome to another episode of EcoGuard, where we dive deep into the world of environmental safety and how we can protect our surroundings. I am your host, Charles Kibeu, and today we are going to talk about something crucial for both the environment and our safety: controlling environmental hazards. We are going to explore everything from how hazardous materials should be stored and disposed of, to the use of personal protective equipment or PPE in line with environmental regulations. We will also touch on key rules like the Environmental Management and Coordination Act and occupational safety and health standards. If you care about safety at work or at home, this episode is for you. What are environmental hazards? Before we delve into safety protocols, let's start with a quick refresher on what we mean by environmentally hazardous materials. Environmental hazards are substances, be they chemical, biological, or physical, that pose a threat to the environment, human health, and even animal welfare. These materials can pollute the environment, cause natural disasters, or harm living organisms. Imagine you are dealing with chemicals, heavy metals, or even waste from industrial processes. If mishandled, these can reach into the soil, contaminate water sources, and cause widespread ecological damage. Safe storage of hazardous materials. Now that we understand the risks, let's talk about how to store hazardous materials safely. Proper storage is not just a suggestion, it's a legal requirement under Kenya's Environmental Management and Coordination Act, EMCA. This rule ensures that hazardous substances are stored in a way that minimizes environmental and health risks. For example, hazardous materials must be stored in well-ventilated areas to avoid toxic fumes that can affect both plants and animals. If you are storing flammable substances, make sure they are kept within a safe temperature range. Too hot and the container might expand or burst. Too cold and it could freeze and rupture. It's not just about safety, it's about following the Occupational Safety and Health Standards, OSH. The regulations mandate that hazardous materials should be stored in containers that are well sealed, chemically compatible, and located in areas with minimal risk of contamination. And remember, keep all hazardous materials out of reach of children and animals. This can be done by locking them away and ensuring all containers are properly labeled and secured. Disposal methods of hazardous waste. Now, once these materials are no longer needed, how do we safely dispose of them? Disposal of hazardous waste is equally important. There are several methods and each comes with its own set of rules and guidelines under EMCA. For example, incineration involves burning the material at high temperatures, effectively destroying it. However, this method can release harmful gases, so modern incinerators are equipped to minimize emissions. Then there is recycling, turning waste into new products, reducing the need for raw materials and minimizing waste. A great example is e-waste, which often contains materials that can be reused to fix or create new devices. If recycling is not an option, landfills are the next resort, but not just any landfill. Hazardous waste landfills are especially designed with double-layered liners to prevent contamination of surrounding land and water. And for radioactive waste, we have underground disposal, a method where the hazardous materials are safely injected into the deep underground chambers, far from where they can harm human health or the environment. The importance of personal protective equipment, PPE. But no matter how carefully we handle hazardous materials, we must also think about personal safety. That's where personal protective equipment or PPE comes in. PPE refers to clothing or gear designed to protect workers from exposure to dangerous substances. Think gloves, goggles, helmets, and protective suits. Each piece is designed to protect against specific hazards, be it chemical splashes, flying debris, or airborne toxins. According to OSH guidelines, PPE must be provided to employees free of charge, and training must be given on how to use it correctly. Whether it's safety goggles to protect your eyes from harmful chemicals or gloves to keep your hands safe, PPE is an essential part of working with hazardous materials. So, remember, always wear the right protective gear for the job. Your health depends on it. In conclusion, here are some key takeaways. As we wrap up today's episode, here's a quick recap. 1. Environmentally hazardous materials must be stored and disposed of according to strict guidelines to prevent harm to people, animals, and the environment. 2. Always follow storage procedures such as using well-sealed containers, keeping volatile materials in ventilated areas, and reducing the amount stored. 3. Disposal methods vary from incineration and recycling to landfill and underground disposal. Number 4, personal protective equipment PPE is crucial to safeguard workers' health when handling hazardous materials. Always ensure proper training and equipment use. By understanding these regulations and practices, you can play a vital role in reducing environmental hazards and keeping yourself and others safe. Thank you for tuning into the episode of EcoGuard. Stay safe, stay informed, and remember, when it comes to environmental hazards, safety is in your hands. Until next time, bye bye.